Applause. There's Chuckle Hut welcomes Kevin Norris. And then walk out. I say, hey everybody. You can just call me Kevin, or you can, you know what, you can call me Kev. Pretty much everybody calls me Kev. I didn't really come prepared with anything, so I think I'm just gonna. I have one story. See, I, I have one story, and I think that I can if I maybe some will spark off the story. Anyway, I mean, I only have 10 minutes, but uh, you know, hopefully this will keep me from just completely not having anything to say at all. Anyway, so I was I was living at my parents' house. I'm living at my with my parents at the moment, and for reasons that are like way too I to get into them would be an entire like HBO special. But yeah, but um, I was thinking that see, I couldn't do it when I was high. I'm already losing my train of thought. But yeah, well, that I wasn't planning on doing when I was high. That's the thing. That's the thing. I wasn't even planning on doing when I was high. I wanted to do it completely sober, like 100%. Because yeah, that's bullshit. I just completely forgot my whole thing. Anyway, what I remember now, I think. So I'm in my parents' house, and so I mean, obviously you're not thinking this is a very exciting story because of the way it's starting. So anyway, I know I live with my parents. It's it's pathetic or whatever. But here I'm going to start. So I take off my VR porn helmet in my parents' guest bedroom, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, doing the whole thing, the whole sad thing, and uh, I stopped and took the helmet off, and I said out loud by myself, I said, uh, that wasn't really doing anything for me. Uh, I, she just, I don't think she was into it. I don't really believe she was into it. And then, when I realized what I had said, I kind of like smacked myself with the palm of my hand. I was like, is this really like, this is how far porn has come that like I'm like I can't get anything out of it because the virtual actress who's like in high definition surround sound and all this stuff and is like trained to like say everything possible to turn me on is like she's just not doing it for me. Like that's like when I was a kid when I was a kid growing up in Annapolis, um, when we had porn, we had like we, I remember one of the very first things of porn I ever saw was when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old, and I was hanging out with my cousin Jacques, and his name was actually Jacques because I had an uncle who was French who married my aunt, and he wasn't my uncle until he married my aunt. But I think it was before I was born, but it didn't matter. Anyway, so uh, me and Jacques are hanging out in this in our clubhouse, which is this old hollowed out bush in the backyard, and he pulls like this wadded up piece of paper out of his pocket, and he said, "Check it out." And he like he unfolds it in front of me, and he says, "Look at that." And it's like this very well folded and refolded, like glossy magazine of like, obviously there's a woman, and she's like naked, from what I remember she was like naked, topless basically, or maybe it was the whole thing. Maybe he'd gotten that far. See, because the thing is, we figured out we know where he got it from. I was talking to my aunt the other day, and she told me that Jacques would, when he was a kid, when we were at a certain age, his dad owned a smoke shop in Annapolis, and 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 he'd have all these men come in all the time, and so he had in his bathroom a bunch of girly magazines for whenever, like, one of the guys, I guess one of the people who like came to this tobacco shop, wanted to come and take a shit and read a girly magazine, because I guess he knew his clientele. So Jack figured it out, that's what was happening. And so, like, my aunt was telling me, was like, I would go visit his dad at the shop, and Jack would, for about a few months there, every time we went, he just really had to take a crap. And oh my God. So, this was like, this kept going on and on until eventually somebody got wise to why he kept having like go to the bathroom and then like 5 minutes later say, "Oh, I forgot to wash my hands," and go back and do it again. And there's not really an ending to that, except he got caught, which is what always happened to us kids. Because I'll tell you the rest of this story. Uh, um, so my cousin Jacques shows me this picture, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And it was amazing, because we had never seen anything, I mean, I'm telling you, when I was a kid, I had not seen anything. If there was like a risque picture in the Reader's Digest, that's about as close as I got, or some like medical thing where there's like a naked like woman who's drowned, or you know what I'm saying. Anyway, no, I wasn't that weird, but like, so we're like, oh man, okay, well, we'll check it out. We're going to check it out later tonight after we go to bed, okay? And I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. Because he was coming over. He stayed over my house all the time. We would like play and stuff, and then they would sleep over and be like, bro time or whatever. And so he was like, well, we got to stash it somewhere till everybody goes to sleep so we can look at it. And so I was like, I know exactly where to do it. So I was snuck upstairs, quiet as hell, because my dad was home. And I went and hid that picture between the two mattresses. I don't know what made me do it, because I know now, like, how dumb it was, because I knew what was going to happen. Something inside me knew what was going to happen, even if I didn't actually know. So but so me and my cousin, we just like we hung out all night and stuff, and like then it comes time for bed, and my dad's like all right, here's what we're gonna do, boys. I was gonna bring up the air mattress, but I've decided that we're just gonna like flop the mattress on the ground, and Kevin can sleep on the box spring, which I don't think was very fair, but whatever. And thus ensued this thing where I remember I just leapt across the room. No, Dad, I'll do it. And he I guess he realized the jig was up at that point, because he grabbed it and he pulled it up, and like I was like writhing in the floor in Catholic guilt, mode, fear, and and yeah, and he found it. So I've I never I don't have good luck when my father authority figures find my porn. It just never turns out very good. But anyway, that's like so. Kids today, and then kids today are just like Google something, and like it's like how many pictures of that do you want, or how many, hundreds of pictures of that do you want, and like what style, and it's like they'll be at the top, it'll be like different styles of like blowjobs or something, and it's like I can't even imagine. There's no risk to it. What is even exciting for a millennium, you know? Because it's like they've seen it all, and they've seen it all, and they were excited when they were like 12 and having rainbow parties, but then not after that. What's exciting anymore? So that's why millennials are like, you know I'll tell you another story next time because I'm out of time. Uh, yeah, I'm a little bit over. Okay, that was my 10 minutes of practice stand up, and thank you for being a part of it.